Underbust tightening is what I will be taking you through today on how to achieve a perfect underbust. Right where the arrow is pointing to, that's what we call the underbust. I already have my paper already gone. I have gone ahead to actually insert the horizontal lines. I've also put in my 1/4 of my bust measurement or the waist measurement, and already drawn the half bodies, the block already. But then what we need to do, like I said, is to actually talk about the underbust tightening, how to go about doing an underbust tightening. The line you see me rule there is just for an overbust part, which is I came down from the shoulder line by 6 inches. Now to the main tutorial. Now that's the underbust. You want to ensure that you have taken your underbust circumference measurement. You put your tape around your underbust, and then you take what you have there all the way around, just the same way we do the waist circumference and the bust circumference. Though you divide whatever you get by 4, and that is what I've done there. The client's 1/4 of the underbust is 8.25. Then I measure the remaining that I have there after that, which is I'm able to get a 1.5 inches. So you want to go ahead and distribute that. How do you do that? You take 0.5 towards the center front and 1 inch towards the side fronts. Then you go ahead and connect it down all the way to the waist, from that point to the waistline, and also from that part to the waistline as well. Then you grab your armor cuff, the cuff ruler, to actually cuff that part. You use it for that part and on the other side too. This tutorial is just how to achieve a perfect underbust. You know, you already have your pattern already done, you've taken your dart, but you still need to tighten the underbust to have a perfect fit underneath the bust area. So that is just all about it. That's all you need to do is take your underbust circumference measurement, divide it into 4, mark it on that particular line, which is on the bust line. Then whatever inches you have left, you distribute it as we have done. And then just to add more to the tutorial, and what I'm trying to do at the moment is trying to alter this particular block into a bustier. You can decide to use an armor, the princess dart rather, but you can decide to make it a bustier. So I'm going for a bustier here. So what you see me mark there is I came down from the bust point by 2 inches. That is just the difference between the back length and the front length. We take it as a dart, as a bust dart. So I've gone ahead. We want to get the midpoint here on the shoulder. Then once we get the midpoint, you place your tape the same way I did. Then you connect that point to the bust point. That's exactly what you see me doing there. You connect it to the bust point. You connect it to the bust point. We are altering this pattern into a bustier one. So then I want to do the overbust tightening. You know that place that I came down by 6 inches from the shoulder line. So we want to tighten it, and then I've gone ahead to mark 0.75 on each of the sides. That's what I'm using to tighten that part, in order to be able to alter the pattern into a bustier after we've done our underbust tightening. This is just like an extra one to it. Just needed to show you what I've done with the pattern even after doing our underbust tightening. So that's the perfect way to get your underbust, and then you've gone ahead to tightening your overbust. On the overbust line, you tightening that part 0.75. I'm just trying to blend it. What you see me do there is just to blend it nicely so that there won't be any sharp points on the nipple area. So we do the same thing here. Then you try to blend it to avoid any sharp edge there. You know, on that part that used to be the bust point, we need to avoid any sharp edge. So again, I'm trying to explain that I measured 1/4 of the underbust measurement. Then whatever I have left is what I've distributed, 0.5 towards the center front and 1 inch towards the side front. That is all about the underbust tightening. Then what I'm trying to do here is actually we want to separate our body from the yoke. You know, it's going to have a yoke, a bustier with yoke, but then we have to come down. You need to get your cleavage from your shoulder to how low you want your yoke to be on that part. You want to reveal a bit of your chest, of your breast part, whatever. So that one is 7.5. Then I want to connect that to that part where we did our overbust tightening. But before then, you need to close your darts. Reason being that if you don't close your darts, there's going to be a shortage. Yeah, by the time you'll be joining both panels together, the center front and the side front, you're likely to have one longer than the other, one to be longer than the other. And to avoid that, you need to close your overbust tightening there. The dart, you close it that particular place and you extend the line up. It's always by 0.25 actually. Yeah, most times it's 0.25. Then we'll connect it to our cleavage line where we want, where we've marked as the cleavage. So that is it. Now with this we have our bustier done, and then with yoke. So I've gone ahead to slant the side. The reason for that is to close our bust darts. Remember the bust darts, the 2 inches you see on the side where I'm pointing to there, is just the difference between my back length and my front length. I believe this is for a little bit more of for anyone who is already in the line, fashion line, as a fashion designer. Yeah, maybe you're always used to a free hand, you can always try this out. So we just close that dart there. We close the dart, but while closing the dart, I remembered I came out by 1 inch from the bust point. I do that for any bust circumference that is over 36 inches. It's just to give it a kind of a fullness, a little bit fullness on that part. So the 1 inch that I went out by from the bust point towards the side front, I'm just going to slash it open, cut it open a little bit. That's 1 inch. Then fold it. With that we're able to fold it nicely, and we can see the effect. There's a little bit there, a fullness that will be added. And on this part where you have tried to close your dart, always note, you can see the line is no longer the same. It doesn't align again. You need to blend that area. You need to blend that part to avoid any shortage, like having issue by the time you're transferring on your fabric. So at this point, you'll be able to see that your back length will be the same with your front length at the side. You can see it all because we've closed our bust darts, which is the bust dart, which happens to be the difference between our back length and our front length. You can always take your back length or your client's back length, but if you don't have it, there's a standard. The standard is always 2 inches. Actually, we use 2 inches as a standard for the difference between our back and